Everyone's lost their minds and needs to get it together quick, because the senile are only going to get more senile. This is Mika Brzezinski on MSNBC Morning Joe. Joe Scarborough starts off saying we got to take our masks off and go back to normal, and here's Mika's response.
I'm here in Washington. In many ways, I'm here doing Know Your Value interviews, but I am working with a team here, and there is one person on the team who is not vaccinated. I'm wearing a mask around that person. You know, it is really, if you want to follow the science, then there are times you need to still wear the mask.
Mika, why are you wearing a mask around that person? Why are you doing that? Let's say there's 5 people, right? And all of them are vaccinated except for one. There's one person not vaccinated. I'm genuinely curious, like, what are you concerned about? Okay, so let's assume that masks do anything, okay? What are you concerned about? Are you concerned about infecting the unvaccinated person? Right? Are you wearing a mask for that person's safety? You don't need to. You're vaccinated. You don't have it. You're not spreading it. They're fine. They could be vaccinated by now if they wanted. They're assuming the risk. They know. Right? They're not vaccinated for a reason. So fine. On behalf of all not vaccinated people, right? On behalf of Team Anti-Vax, don't worry about us. We're good. Now, if you're worried about that person being sick and infecting you, well, you don't have to be worried about that either. They don't have COVID, most likely. But even if they did, and even if they were shedding enough virus, you're vaccinated, so you won't get sick. So assuming masks are this like form of protection, why even do that? You're protected. You're fine. So I don't get that at all. And we're going to have to call people out on that appropriately, kindly, curiously. Like, why are you wearing a mask exactly? Let me end with this. The other day we did a segment, I think on Monday. There's 3 groups of people who are still wearing masks. The prideful, the people who don't want to admit they're wrong, cult members, and the mentally ill. New York Times had a story of a man who, when he goes grocery shopping, he puts on an N95 mask, a neck gaiter over that, and then he wears goggles. He's been doing this the whole time. And he said he plans to do his grocery shopping double masked and goggled for at least the next 5 years. All right? I don't want to be rude. That man is mentally ill. Like, it's a mental illness. It's a mental illness. It's an anxiety disorder. It's something that is categorized under mental illness. There's no rational thinking there. And I read that story, and I had a flashback to when I was in high school and I was sick and I stayed home and watched the Maury Povich show. Maury Povich always had like these themes of shows, right? Like he'd have like you're not the father, right? That's one. And then another great theme was like troubled kids, and then they bring in like the Marine boot camp instructor to scare them straight. That was always good. But my favorite theme in the Maury Povich show was when he'd bring in people with weird phobias, right? Like, here's a girl who's scared of pickles. Here's a girl scared of cotton balls. One episode they had someone scared of cotton balls, and some guy came out from backstage covered in cotton balls. He was like one giant cotton ball running out. I mean, come on. That's great TV. So I looked up Maury phobia, and this is the first video I saw. I did not search for this. This was the first one that popped up. Here it is.
There's a woman named Tara. And Tara's fanning herself because she's having trouble catching her breath because she knows that within a few minutes she has to come face to face with her worst fear. Frogs.
I do not like frogs, period. My fear is when frogs pee on me, I will turn into a witch with warts on my hands. The nose grows long. The face just gets terrible. Don't show me a picture of the frog.
Tara, you all right?
Huh?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. You want to get over this, don't you? Huh? You don't want to live your life like this.
No.
Okay, so is the guy who double masks and goggles for the next 5 years, is he any different than that woman? I'm serious. I feel like going to the guy and being like Maury, be like, hey, come on, hey, snap it. You don't want to live like this, do you? Hey, come on. You don't want it. This is not, right? That episode, I watched the rest of that video. It ends with the triumphant finale. And there's another guy on the show who was scared of something else. And it says, Sean says he's conquered his crippling fear of peaches. And he's up on stage eating a peach and the whole crowd is cheering like he's like some hero, right? these people have a mental illness. If you've been vaccinated, you have a 0.0005% chance of getting sick from COVID. You have a 0.0001% chance of dying. I saw another episode of Maury where she was scared of pickles. You have a way higher chance of choking to death on a pickle today than you do if you're vaccinated dying from COVID. I'm not kidding. You have a way higher chance of dying from a pickle. That person who's scared of frogs is more rational than the guy who's scared of COVID and wearing goggles at the grocery store. I feel like that woman would meet that guy who's goggled and be like, hey man, you gotta relax. You're losing your mind. What are you scared of, man? Why are you scared of nothing? Says the lady scared of pickles. And the lady thinks she's gonna turn into a witch if she touches a frog. That lady is more rational than the guy scared of COVID.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.